Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey, and in this tutorial we are going to use uniform variables. Well, uniform variables can be used to change data in shader programs without having to buffer them and use vertex buffer objects and attribute arrays and things like that. But they can be like constant variables, so for example I could type const for color and I could set it equal to a factor 4 of, for example, 1.0, comma 1.0, comma 0.0, comma 1.0. And I could set this one equal to the color, so that would give a result like this. Oh, what did I do wrong right now? Oh, I forgot the bracket. So that will give a result like this. It will give us a yellow triangle. But if we want to change the color, then we'll have to change this constant variable every single time. So what we can do is we can say uniform factor 4 color, and we'll retrieve a and we'll be able to set that color variable from our Java code. So that's what we're going to do, and yeah, so we're going to do that in this tutorial. I'm going to close off this window, and we're going over to our shader class. First thing, we'll have to specify each uniform that we intend to use. So protected void add uniform, and we're going to give the uniform a name, so string uniform, and then int uniform location, which will give us a location on the graphics card again, equals gl get uniform location program and uniform. And now we're going to test if that location is valid. So if uniform location equals 0x, and I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 f's, and open brackets. In here we're going to type system.error.println, and I'm going to type error could not find uniform, and we'll return the name of the uniform, and we'll exit our program, system.exit. Status will be 1, but we'll have to store the uniform location if we want to use it somewhere. So I'm going to create a hash map, so private hash map, and I'm going to create a hash map of strings and integers. So the string will be the key and the integer will be the value, and I'm going to call this uniforms. We'll have to import this class, and we'll have to initialize the hash map, so create it. Uniforms equals new hash map of string and integer, and closed off with brackets and a semicolon. So okay, and in here we'll just add the uniform location to our hash map. So uniforms.put, and we're going to put the key will be uniform, and the value will be uniform location. Okay, then we'll have to create several methods for setting several types of uniforms. For example, a float value, a boolean value, a two-dimensional float value, so a two-dimensional vector, I believe, yeah, a three-dimensional vector, and a four-dimensional matrix. So yeah. So first, protected void set uniform. Well, we're not going to do booleans right now because those are a bit different. So yeah, string uniform name and float value. That's what basically. So gl uniform 1f for one float value, uniforms.get uniform name, comma value, and that's it. That's your first set uniform method. Second one, protected void set uniform vector 2f uniform. Oh wait, we'll have to take in a string for the uniform names. String uniform name, and we're going to take in for the value a vector 2f value, and gl uniform 2f, and we're going to retrieve the uniforms that get. We're going to retrieve the location and value.x and value.y. Now the three-dimensional vector, and I'm just going to copy this because I'm lazy, change this to a 3, change this to a 3, and add value.z. Yeah. And the final thing that we are going to add in this tutorial is a four-dimensional vector, four-dimensional matrix, 4x4 matrix. Yes, protected void set uniform string uniform name, and we're going to take in a matrix 4f value. Yeah, and import the 4x4 matrix. So first what we're going to do is we're going to buffer our four-dimensional, our 4x4 matrix. So float buffer equals buffer utils dot create float buffer of 4 by 4, and then we're going to create a nested while loop, so for loop. So we're going to create a for loop inside of a for loop. Import, yes. And first we're going to loop through the horizontal. Well, we're going to loop through the matrix horizontally first, so we're going to do read row for row, and then in the second for loop we're going to read the columns. So yeah. For int I equals 0, I is less than 4, and I plus plus, and then for int j equals 0, j is less than 4, j plus plus, and just buffer dot put value dot get I comma j, and close the line off with a semicolon. After that, just like when we created our vertex buffers, buffer dot flip, and now the most important line of this method, gl uniform matrix for f v. That's important as well, and just type uniforms dot get uniform name, and then type false in here, because this is if you type, well, this boolean value basically indicates if it's a row major matrix or a column major matrix, and we are using a row major matrix, I believe. Well, probably. And then buffer. Well, I believe we are using, yeah, well, if somehow everything seems to, well, act a bit different, just change this to true, and yeah, everything will be alright. So okay, and oh wait, we didn't actually do anything, so we can't run it yet. Okay, in here we're going to add our uniform color, so add uniform color, close the line off with a semicolon, and over here public void update color, and we're going to take in a three-dimensional vector, so three-dimensional vector 3f color, and set uniform color equal to color, and import the three-dimensional vector. And in our fragment shader we'll have to change this to a 3, and we'll have to change this to vector 4 color comma 1.0 semicolon. And now we'll be able to change the color of our triangle. And be sure, if you update your update your uniforms, be sure that you have your shader bound, otherwise it will not work. So basic shader dot update color new vector 3f 1.0 comma 1.0 comma 1.0. Save it and run. Oh wait, import import and run. What is wrong? Oh, 1.0f, 1.0f and 1.0f for float variables, and run. And our triangle is white. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put this over here, and now I can change this to a 0 and save it, because I'm running debug mode, so I can change the variables live. Can change this to 0 as well. Let's do a1, and that's it. Well, that's basically it for this tutorial, so I hope I see you in the next one. So bye.